Good morning, Tempe. I'm your host, Don Durgundy.
And I'm Vivian Maddox.
And you're watching News Channel 1, where the headlines are fresh, the commentary bold, and my suit is just tight enough to keep me humble.
Today's show is packed. Mystery meat in school lunches, a wild space race, a cactus-stealing bandit, and an up-and-coming superstar in the world of motocross. And Supercross gets arrested in Florida. Oh, and of course, our buddy Tom with the weather.
Tom, are you ready?
Always, Don. Always.
That's the spirit.
Today is March 26th, 2025, and we are live with breaking headlines shaking the world tonight. First up, global attention is locked on Taiwan as Chinese military vessels have reportedly breached the island's territorial waters early this morning. Satellite imagery and eyewitness accounts confirm that dozens of warships and aircraft are now positioned dangerously close to Taipei. The White House has issued a formal statement condemning the maneuver, calling it an unacceptable provocation. Pentagon sources have confirmed that U.S. naval assets have been redirected to the region. Tensions in the South China Sea are at their highest point in years, and the world is watching. Closer to home, the Supreme Court of the United States has just handed down a landmark ruling, effectively limiting the federal government's ability to regulate artificial intelligence deployment in both commercial and governmental sectors. The decision is expected to send ripple effects through Silicon Valley and beyond, as private AI firms now face dramatically fewer restrictions. Critics warn this could accelerate existing concerns about data privacy, AI ethics, and national security. In Europe, mass protests continue for a third straight week as citizens across France, Italy, and Spain rally against sweeping austerity measures introduced to combat the ongoing energy crisis. Demonstrations have turned violent in several cities, with police clashing with protesters and multiple injuries reported. European leaders are scrambling to address public outcry while keeping financial stability intact. Our top story today: concerned parents in Phoenix are demanding answers after students reported that their school lunches contained an unknown type of meat.
Oh no, not the old mystery meat dilemma.
Exactly. Several students say the meat was grayish, oddly chewy, and had a metallic aftertaste.
Vivian, you just described my Aunt Carol's cooking.
The school district insists the food was safe, but they're launching an investigation to identify the supplier.
In the meantime, kids, maybe pack a sandwich.
In space news, the competition between NASA and private space companies is heating up. NASA just announced plans for a permanent moon base, while companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are racing to establish their own lunar outposts.
Vivian, are we seriously about to have competing moon bases? What's next? A Starbucks on every crater.
At this rate, it's possible. NASA says their base will focus on scientific research, while private companies aim to develop lunar mining operations.
Ah, yes. First we dig up Earth, then we dig up the moon. Humans just can't resist digging, can we?
A bizarre crime spree continues in Arizona as the infamous cactus bandit has struck again, stealing yet another giant saguaro cactus from a Scottsdale neighborhood.
What is this, a botany-themed Ocean's 11?
This marks the fourth stolen cactus in 2 months. Experts say these plants are worth thousands of dollars on the black market.
If you see someone sneaking around with a 20-foot cactus, maybe call the cops.
Or at least get a video. We could use the laughs. Hollywood is officially experimenting with AI-generated films. A new sci-fi thriller, Neural Void, was co-written by an AI script generator and directed with minimal human input.
So what you're saying is, even robots are making movies now.
That's right. The film was completed in record time and has received mixed reviews. Some calling it innovative, others saying it lacks soul.
I guess it'll only be a matter of time before we get replaced with AI as well, Vivian.
Yeah, right. No AI could match my stunning beauty or award-winning personality.
Well, if AI is gonna write movies, I want to see an AI versus AI buddy cop film where two robots have to go undercover at a human job.
That actually sounds great.
All right, folks. That's the latest making waves around the globe this morning. But now, it's time to shift gears, and I mean that literally, as we head over to the one and only Rex Thunder with sports. Rex, what's rumbling down the track today?
Boom! Rex Thunder here. News Channel 1 Tempe, bringing you the latest and the greatest from the wild world of sports. And folks, today's top story is straight out of the old Florida playbook, where the sun shines, the gators bite, and apparently motocross stars go full throttle in a luxury sedan. That's right. Motocross sensation Hayden Deegan was arrested late last night after authorities say he was caught doing donuts. And I ain't talking Krispy Kreme. In the middle of a Fort Lauderdale intersection. Witnesses described Deegan spinning his shiny Audi like a madman, kicking up smoke, rubber, and a whole lot of chaos. Some say it looked like a Fast and Furious audition gone sideways, literally. When police arrived, they found Hayden with a big old grin, allegedly shouting, and I quote, "Send it," before being politely escorted into the back of a squad car. Deegan is now facing charges of reckless driving, disturbing the peace, and being too awesome for the streets of Florida. Okay, I may have added that last one, but come on, you know it's true. Now I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of cutting loose. I mean, who among us hasn't spun a few donuts in a church parking lot after Sunday service? But pro tip, maybe not on Main Street during spring break with about 50 cell phones pointed at you. Just saying, whammy! No word yet on if this will affect Deegan's upcoming motocross season, but sources close to the family say he's taking it seriously and working through the situation. I say, Hayden, next time, leave the donuts for the dirt tracks, buddy. Boom! That's all from the sports desk, folks. Rex Thunder, always bringing it hotter than a jalapeno in July. Back to you, Don.
Now let's shift gears and cruise into the music scene with our resident rock and roll road warrior, Chase Storm. Chase, what's the latest?
Phoenix is about to be the place to be for live music. Here's a quick rundown of some upcoming must-see shows. Bring Me the Horizon is hitting the road for their USA Ascension program tour, and guess what? They're making a stop right here in Phoenix at Desert Diamond Arena this September. If you like your music loud and full of energy, grab your tickets fast. Garbage, yes, the legendary alternative rock band is back with a brand new album, Let All That We Imagine Be the Light, dropping on May 30th. They'll be playing the Van Buren in October, and if you've never seen them live, do yourself a favor and change that ASAP. Phoenix isn't just about the big stadium shows. We've got killer local venues pumping out live music every weekend. Whether it's the Van Buren Rebel Lounge, Crescent Ballroom, or Marquee Theater, you're bound to find something that gets your head nodding. And let's not forget the Arizona Bike Week concerts coming in April. Bikers, bands, and brews all in one place. If that doesn't scream rock and roll, I don't know what does. Don, Vivian, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the high-octane world of Camaro Bitchin, a band that's as unapologetically rebellious as a nitrous-injected muscle car on an open highway.
Sounds thrilling, Chase. What can you tell us about them?
Vivian, picture this. A group of rockers who channel the raw energy and grit of classic American muscle cars into every riff and lyric. That's Camaro Bitchin. Their music is a fusion of hard-hitting rock and roll and high-speed adrenaline, deeply rooted in muscle car culture.
So, who's behind the wheel of this rock and roll machine?
Leading the pack is Harley Camaro, the wild and charismatic frontman whose gritty vocals and electrifying stage presence command attention. On lead guitar, we have Phil the Piston Pontiac, a riff-slinging maniac, delivering face-melting solos with the intensity of a revving V8 engine. Cameron Camshaft Chevelle holds down the rhythm guitar, laying down thick, meaty chords that hit like a 454 block engine. On bass, there's Vet, the badass queen of bass and growling grooves, with her custom metallic pink bass. Finally, Jimmy Nova on drums. His aggressive, relentless drumming drives the band like a dragster blasting down the track. Their brand new album, Silver Anniversary, just dropped last month, so fans headbang and crank up the volume. But the track that's really burning rubber right now, Plum Crazy Purple Cuda, a tribute to the iconic 1970 Plymouth Barracuda and all the classic muscle cars that defined an era.
Now, Chase, I hear the music video is just as wild as the song itself.
Vivian, wild is an understatement. Picture this: smoke-filled burnouts, neon-lit highways, and let's not forget the Joe Dirt references hidden throughout the video. Everything from Joe Dirt's Dream Ride is sprinkled in like Easter eggs for longtime fans. If you grew up loving that movie, you're gonna eat this up like a plate of extra crispy chicken wings at a county fair. Lucky for you, we got permission to show you a little taste right here on the show. Buckle up, grab the wheel, and hold on tight. Here's Plum Crazy Purple Cuda by Camaro Bitchin. Roll it.
Joe Dirt's dream ride, living wild. Freedom howls, pure and untamed child. Broken landscape rushes past, speeding heartbeat revving fast. Purple madness, sunset clash, flames of glory, endless dash. Windscreen racing in streaks, chasing shadows, asphalt free. Barren roads, endless night, pushing limits, seeking light.
Well, if that doesn't scream Arizona, I don't know what does. Thank you, Chase. Nothing quite like a little tire smoke and guitar solos to kickstart the morning. I swear, every time Camaro Bitchin drops a new track, I half expect my neighbors to start drag racing in the cul-de-sac.
Chase, you always bring the thunder when it comes to entertainment. Any final words for the fine folks of Phoenix?
Absolutely, Don. Support live music, stream your favorite bands, and remember, music is best when it's loud. And if you're cruising down the highway in a Plum Crazy Cuda, just make sure you don't let Joe Dirt steal your ride. Back to you, Don and Vivian.
Folks, You can check out the full Plum Crazy Purple Cuda on their official YouTube channel. But please, remember, no donuts in the grocery store parking lot. We'll be right back after this.
Through her lips, secrets spill risky. She says again, dollar whiskey.
And before we put this baby in park, let's check in with Tom for today's weather forecast. Tom, what's cooking out there?
Thanks, Don. Well, folks, it's shaping up to be a textbook spring day across the Valley of the Sun. Here in Tempe, we're looking at clear skies and abundant sunshine all day long, with a high climbing up to a toasty 87 degrees. Winds will stay calm around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Just enough to rustle the palm trees but not mess up your hair. Tonight it cools off nicely with clear conditions and a low dropping to around 61 degrees, perfect for those late-night cruises or patio hangouts. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, it's more of the same. Sunshine, dry conditions, and temperatures steadily rising into the low 90s by the weekend. Spring training crowds and motorsports fans will be loving it. So, keep the sunscreen handy. Stay hydrated. And enjoy that Arizona sunshine. Back to you, Don.
Folks, before we let you go today, it's time for the best part of the show. The funnies for the day. Vivian, you ready to get weird?
Oh, Don, I was born ready. Hit me with them.
First up, picture this. 2 cows standing in a pasture. One cow says, "Have you heard about this mad cow disease?" The other cow says, "Yeah. Good thing I'm a helicopter."
Classic bovine breakdown right there, Don.
Here's another one. A group of snakes is having a meeting in the desert. One snake nervously asks, "Hey, are we poisonous?" The other snake says, "Why?" First snake says, "'Cause I just bit my tongue."
See, that's why I don't trust snakes. They're just garden hoses with bad attitudes.
All right, last one. A dog is sitting at the bar, sipping a martini, wearing a tie. Bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve dogs in here." The dog says, "That's okay. I'm just here to pick up my owner. He's been barking nonsense all night."
Somehow I know that's exactly how my dog sees me after a couple glasses of wine.
Folks, remember, if the cows start talking to you, you might want to check your milk carton for an expiration date.
And if your dog starts picking you up from the bar, you're probably the punchline.
That's the funnies for the day. Brought to you by News Channel 1, where the laughs are free, but therapy afterward might cost you. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Channel 1 News. Remember, we bring you the facts and the fun, so stay curious, stay skeptical, and most importantly, don't just take my word for it. Go do your own research. Because knowing is half the battle, and the other half, probably misinformation. See you next time.